It's hot outside, so that means people are wearing tank tops and tank dresses and showing their arms. And Harley Pasternak, celebrity fitness expert Harley Pasternak, who I just found out I was the third person he met in America.
It's crazy.
I've known him for 12 years.
Yeah.
And tell him the story, Harley.
The first week I moved to the United States, a friend of mine invited me to a dinner party, and it was at your house, and it was the coolest house ever. And I thought all houses in LA would look like that, but they don't. And so I guess today's our anniversary. So
it's our anniversary. And I would just like to point out that Harley spoke the language. He's Canadian.
Yes.
So it wasn't like,
Where did you come from?
Wait, did you move?
I'm from Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not, somewhere else.
Yes. No, I'm from Canada.
Okay.
But wait a second. She's the third person you met?
Basically.
Yeah. And you stayed after
And by the way,
that?
the second was, no joke, the second was Oprah, because I came to do
oh
Oprah.
my gosh!
So it just went downhill.
After Oprah,
Yeah.
All right, Harley, it is summertime. You are the best trainer I know. You can usually tell if someone works out by looking at their arms specifically. So what can we do to make sure our arms are in tip-top shape for summer?
So number one, you've got to get rid of the fat covering the arms. It doesn't matter how strong your arms are if there's fat covering them. So you need to walk, you need to move, you need to hit at least 10,000 steps a day. I'm always wearing a Fitbit, so it keeps track of how much I'm moving. So that'll burn the layer. Number two, you've got to eat properly. So if you're not eating well, you're going to gain fat that's going to cover the definition of the arms. And number three, we can show you a great tricep exercise, which will tone and tighten the back of your arms.
How long is it going to take? What are we talking about?
Okay, look, I have this, I'm putting it here, and now I'm putting it here.
Oh.
That's it?
That's it.
But how many
here,
would we have to do to get good
And
arms?
here. Probably 2-3 million.
Is that all?
No.
Not at the same time, though.
20 repetitions, 5 sets of 20 repetitions.
6 months?
Simple. Well, it depends if you're hitting your steps and if you're eating well.
Okay.
It's interesting to say you have to walk to make your arms look good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let me start with Margot. You have a question.
So I spent most of my life being very small, and then I found the pause that was minnow and gained a little bit of extra padding, and now I'm starting to lose the weight, but I can't even believe I'm showing my arms on TV, but I've got this stuff happening here. I've got armulite, which is a new kind of cellulite.
Yes.
So I'd like your help.
Well, as I mentioned, you've got to be moving.
Yeah, moving, and I'm dieting.
You've got to be eating properly.
Okay.
So protein and fiber 5 times a day.
Right, okay.
And here's a simple thing.
Okay.
Every meal should have protein the size of your hand.
Okay.
Chicken, fish, eggs. You know, you're great chicken.
Yeah. Thank you.
Unlimited vegetables.
No carbs.
Unlimited vegetables, a palm full of either a whole grain, there's your carbs, or a high fiber fruit or a legume, and healthy fat the mass of your thumb. So if you're in Greece, it's going to be olives, and if you're in Mexico, it's going to be avocados.
Got it.
Or wherever you may have. And you need to be hitting your steps. I can't stress that enough.
Yeah.
If it doesn't say 10,000 before you go to bed, don't go to bed.
Okay.
Okay. Move your bed further away.
Right, exactly.
All
Come
right.
on, I see you listening intently.
Thank you.
And Kim's really big about this. I know you're really into your health and your fitness right now.
Yeah, I really am. And we're on camera every day in high definition. So what would you suggest for building your triceps?
Well, this exercise I showed you is really simple, and if you don't happen to have a dumbbell at home and you have a water bottle, you can fill it with wet sand.
Okay.
And just putting it above, I'm going to give you this one.
Yeah, do it,
Let's do this
Kim.
together.
Can you do it?
So just put it behind your head.
Okay.
And press it straight up to the ceiling.
Oh my gosh, it hurts.
Down behind the head
Lord.
and up toward the ceiling. Now, the other thing you can
Okay,
do
I'm done.
is you can just take one of them
Oh, just
and
one.
just put it like this.
Oh, yeah.
Just down and straight up.
Yeah.
Simple,
Oh, wow.
right?
Wow.
So just keep doing that until the
But
show's
wait,
done.
how big?
The show's
the
done.
show is done? What? Oh, and only 5 pounds.
I mean, these
that
happen to be
much.
No,
5,
that's
but
not
you
too
know,
bad.
everyone's different. Everyone has different strength
Yeah,
levels.
okay.
But that's easy.
So, Harley, I have heard, by the way, that if you don't get enough sleep, it can affect how much you weigh.
It's probably as equally important as your exercise.
Agreed.
If you don't get enough sleep, number one, your ghrelin and leptin levels, the hormones, they make you hungrier the next day and you burn less body fat. Your stress levels go up, you're less active. It's all bad. So the one great thing is when I give all my clients the Fitbit, it keeps track of not just how much you sleep, but the quality of your sleep. So were you in bed for 8 hours and awake every 5 minutes? So the quality of sleep, and they have something now called Sleep Schedule, which will actually give you advice personalized on your information of how to change your sleep to make it better.
Jill, hot potato, you're up.
With questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or an interpretive dance.
Do that. Go that route.
Do that.
I'm really good at the robot.
You have skinny arms.
You know what? I'm really weak, though. I can't lift that.
You
This is not like, this is like
You can-
Popeye.
oh my
No,
God.
I can't. I'm like skinny fat. Like, I think if you lay me down naked and trace me, I look like a thin person, but I'm made out of breakstones.
Right. So, I don't even know how to answer
You've stumped
Maybe
him.
for toning? Is that what you're toning?
You know,
get
resistance
stronger.
exercise is so important. So rather than think about doing workouts, pick one exercise a day, each day of the week, a
never
different body part each day.
I don't do that.
You would be the worst client ever.
I'll never get a trainer because I
But
don't care.
here's what I know about you, Harley. When you first came on this show,
Yes.
you really turned me on to smoothies.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we have here? And
Okay.
talk about how
So,
important.
you know, I'm so crazy about smoothies. I wrote a cookbook about it, and
Yep.
then I have my own blender, Harley Pasternak's Power Blender.
What?
So everyone here is getting today their own.
pass
Here,
them
everyone.
down.
Here, well, first let me just
Yeah.
start with
Whoa.
you two
Here,
here,
Deb.
Grab me one.
Harley
and then everyone
smoothie.
here. This is a
Harley
PB&J smoothie. 'Cause I love.
No
Yeah.
way.
My weakness is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm like, look, if I can do a healthy smoothie of that, boom. A morning,
Oh
you're in
my
a
gosh.
rush, you don't have time to cook eggs. Great quick smoothie, right?